Hello, boys and girls. Chef Anita here again. It's time to read you another story. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I hope everyone is doing well and you're all being safe. I know I am. Today's story is There's a Cow in the Road! Exclamation point. It's written by Reeve Lindbergh and the pictures were drawn by Tracy Campbell Pearson. It's a fun story. Let's get started. Does anyone know what sound a cow makes? I think we'll probably find out in the story. There's a cow in the road, and it sure is a shock when I first wake up at 7 o'clock. There she is, getting up, and you can see the cow. There's the cow through her bedroom window. She's got a lot of stuff underneath her bed. Look, and toys, tons and tons of toys, and a kitty, and there's the doggy. But she's up. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and there's a cow in the road. To hear the horns and the screech of brakes, and I go to the window and see, gosh sakes, there's cow in the road. She's a big one, too, browsing on blossoms drenched with dew. And look at all the cars. They're stuck in the road. They can't get by because the cow is there. She looks so happy eating those flowers. And if you look up in the window, there's a little girl. There she is, looking out the window. She has a nice house. All the cars lined up and people looking and wondering. Then the cow looks at me and the cow says, moo. And the next thing I know, there's a goat there too. A goat. See the goat? Oh, and there's the cow still looking up in the window. And there's the little girl. My goodness gracious. There's a goat in the road at the edge of our drive as I pull on my socks at 7:05. He's got 4 white feet and a fine white beard. He's a gorgeous goat, but it still seems weird. And there she is, getting her socks on. There's her little brother playing with the dog, all the stuff. And down through the window, you can see there's the neighbor man taking pictures of the goat. And there's another picture of the man taking extreme close-up of the goat. I guess she lives in the country. There's a goat in the road, as plain as can be, and our paper boy's hiding behind a tree. Then the cow looks at me, and the cow says, moo. And the next thing I know, there's a sheep there too. So there you go. Man's still taking the picture. There's mom at the door, and over here, this is where the newspaper boy is hiding behind the tree. See that? And there's the goat eating his newspapers, and there's the sheep saying bah, because that's what sheep say. Bah. There's a sheep in the road with her fleece all clean as I wash my face at 7:15. Don't ask me the reason. I don't have a clue. She's just standing there with the other 2. Look at her washing her face. The dog's licking up the puddle of water. Her little brother here. Look at her little brother being a pest, getting in the water. And then over here we have the cow and the goat and the sheep and the poor paper boy, and papers are flying all over the place. What's going to happen next? There's a sheep in the road where the drive meets the grass, and there's just enough room for the cars to pass. But the cow looks at me, and the cow says, moo. And the next thing I know, there's a horse there too. Oh my goodness gracious. There's the horse, all the cars, the people, poor newspaper boy. She's looking at the window, through the window upstairs. There's the sheep and the goat. Oh my goodness. And the cars are trying to get by. And the horse, he's looking up at her too. There's a horse in the road, and he's full of tricks as I comb my hair at 7:26. He's twitching his tail and tossing his mane. He's a handsome horse, but a little bit vain. Look at her brushing her hair. There's the little brother playing with the dog down here. And there, over here, there's the picture of the horse. He's being all pretty. And Mom's up on the front porch getting the newspaper coming into the house. And there's the sheep and the cow and the goat. It's quite a menagerie of animals. There's a horse in the road, all ready to go. He doesn't look sleepy and he doesn't look slow. Then the cow looks at me and the cow says, "Moo." And the next thing I know, there's a goose there too. There's the horse, there's the sheep, there's the goat. Where's the goose? There's the goose, way over in the corner, right there. And the poor newspaper boy is trying to climb the tree to get away. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. Oh my goodness gracious sakes alive. There's a goose in the road. She's down by the tree as I grab my homework at 7:33. She's walking around and honking a lot. She's looking for something, but she won't say what. She's getting her homework. There's Mom and Dad and little brother and the dog. Boy, that kitchen's a mess. And then over here, we have little newspaper boy in the tree. There we go. Up, up. There we go. Newspaper boy in the tree. And the goat. And the goose. And the horse. And the sheep. And of course, our friend the cow, who started this whole thing. What's going to happen next? There's a goose in the road in a gray feathered gown, telling barnyard stories from all over town. Then the cow looks at me, and the cow says, "Moo." And the next thing I know, there's a pig there too. Holy macaroni. Look, the kids are coming. Her friends are coming. There's the kitty at the door. And there's the pig and the newspaper boy and the goose and the sheep and the horse and the goat and the cow. My goodness. It's a busy yard out there right in front of her house. There's a pig in the road at the end of the line as I gobble my toast at 7:39. He's a large pink pig with a big broad smile, and I'm going out to meet him in a very short while. Everybody's ready. She's eating her toast. Mom's got the little brother. Dad's reading the newspaper. And then over here, we have her trying to get her backpack, and little brother's opening the door and going to go outside. The cat comes running in. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's a pig in the road, and it's easy to see that the road is the place for a kid like me. So the cow looks at me, and the cow says, "Moo." And the next thing I know, I'm standing there too. There's all her friends, the pig, and the little brother, and the goose, and the sheep, and the horse. Mom and Dad out on the front porch. She's petting the cow. The cow's licking her hand. There's a neighbor boy back behind her, and there is the dog and the goat. Oh my goodness. A lot of stuff going on in that front yard of her house. There's a crowd on the road where there wasn't before, side by side at 7:44. The cow and the goat and the sheep and the horse and the goose and the pig and me, of course. There's a crowd in the road, and it sure feels good to wait all together in our neighborhood. Why are we waiting? So we won't be late. There's everybody all lined up. Newspaper boy's running away up in the corner. The kids are looking at all the animals that are out there in front of the house. There she is with her family. The cow. Looks like the goat's eating her homework. I hope not. She might need to turn that in. Kitty's looking from the window in the house. So why are we waiting? So we won't be late? The school bus comes at 7:45. And there you go. Everybody's getting on the school bus. All the animals are helping them up the steps. They're going to be going to school. So I guess right now when this story was written, they weren't in shelter in place. I hope the animals don't try and get on the bus. because they won't fit, especially that cow and that horse. So that's the story of There's a Cow in the Road. What an exciting story that was. I sure hope you liked it. I hope everybody's taking care and being safe and washing your hands and doing all the things you're supposed to do and still being good kids and having fun when you can. Thanks for listening. I hope you liked it. This is Anita, Chef Anita saying goodbye.